Entertainment news today. You're such a dragon gay. Everything sucks and it's no good. That comes out of Hollywood. But there's one place you can go to get all your news and info, and maybe even have a laugh or two. You know it's true. Midnight's Edge after dark is life. We'll stand for nerds and geeks, we will survive. From Star Wars to Jurassic Park, it's Midnight's Edge after dark. All those bombs and flops, but MEAD never stops. We will keep going through the night as we keep up the culture fight. Midnight's Edge after dark is life. We stand for nerds and geeks, we will survive. From Star Wars to Jurassic Park, it's Midnight's Edge after dark.
Welcome, everybody, to Midnight's Edge After Dark, your favorite show on the YouTubes, whether you like it or not. We're at our new time, 7 Central. Hopefully, you are doing great. We got Nick Weiser here, the one, the only. How you doing, Nick?
Doing pretty good, Dom. How you doing?
Nick. Nickelodeon. Nick. Nickelodeon.
All right. How am I feeling?
Yeah, how are you
I'm
feeling?
Not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Ooh, whoa.
Yes, indeed. We have some super chats to kick things off. We got FKHC 2005 sending in some love for Clobbering Times. Thank you so much for that. And then we got Zero Cool says with $5, does anybody remember the TV show La Femme Nikita? I do. I don't really think I watched it all that much, but yeah, USA I think had it on.
It was on USA.
Did you remember watching that?
I never watched it. I just remember when it was during the Attitude Era of WWF, and I used to see commercials for it all the freaking time. Between that and Walker, Texas Ranger.
There you go. Yeah, I do remember it. I think it was based more on the it was more based on the original French film, I think, if I remember right. Not Point of No Return.
Oh, I couldn't tell you what it was based off of. I just remember it being a thing.
And then we got Flying Blind on a Rocket Cycle, who's been here for 10 months and gifted 5 Midnight's Edge memberships. Thank you so much for that. 'Tis the season to be jolly and give.
Indeed.
We appreciate that, Flying Blind. So yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of news today. Let's see here. Oh, I see Red Shirt in the chat. I don't know if you're busy, Red Shirt.
Hey, old Red Shirt. Yeah, slide on in.
If you're not busy.
We would love to have the Red Shirt around here.
There he is.
The Red Shirt.
Let's see, there you go. No pressure if you can't make it, but if you are able to, come on in. All right. So I didn't have much as far as stories go today. So maybe we could talk a little bit more about the Warner Brothers stuff. That's the same stuff all the time.
Yeah,
but
let's do that.
Otherwise, I've got this instead. The best Christmas movies ever ranked from USA Today. This just came out this last week here. So you want to talk about this a little bit? We can do that.
Yeah, let's do that. I think this will be fun. I like going through these types of lists.
So it says Santa Claus is coming to town, but you still have a few weeks to seek out all sorts of holiday movie fare. There are classics naturally like Macaulay Culkin taking on dim-witted crooks in the beloved Home Alone, or Bill Murray's self-centered TV executive learning a thing or two, or several, sorry, about the meaning of Christmas in Scrooged. Take on Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Or maybe you want more modern options like the new Netflix rom-coms Jingle Bell Heist and A Merry Little Xmas, both streaming now. And the Michelle Pfeiffer family flick Oh What Fun, premiering December 3rd on Prime Video, which is tomorrow. In honor of the holiday season, let's rank the 20 best Christmas movies ever. So according to this guy, Brian Truitt, these are the 20 best Christmas movies ever. Starting off with Home Alone. A Christmas staple, I guess. So yeah.
For me, I would have gone a lot higher, but at least it's on the list. So whatever. I guess you could say at least he had it there.
True that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, classic. Mm-hmm. And then we got The Ice Harvest. Why is this here?
This is a Christmas movie? I mean, granted, I can see the decorations, but
it's not even so much the fact that it's a Christmas movie or takes place during Christmas. It's the fact that nobody cares. This is not a movie that has any staying power. So
why the hell is this thing in here?
That's my question.
And above Home Alone on top of it? I forgot this movie existed. Home Alone's been passed down for generations. Even young kids know what Home Alone is. You can't argue with that. Kids are great. The Ice Harvest. What the hell is the Ice Harvest?
Kids, fuck, everybody would be saying that. What the hell's the Ice Harvest? It'd be like that movie with John Cusack in it. Huh?
And then young kids are like, who's John Cusack?
Yeah, right. Oh.
What then we got number fuck is this?
I don't know, some streaming movie probably because 2020 happiest season.
Pretty gay already.
So it says the inclusive. There you go. There's your answer. And pleasantly clever romantic comedy stars Kristen Stewart, Mackenzie Davis. Look like two white bitches to me. As a lesbian couple. Oh, there's your inclusive. Lesbian couple whose relationship tested at a family get together by deep secrets, conservative parents, and a competitive. This sounds like a woke ass fucking nightmare. Why the fuck is this on this list?
Dude, we all know why it was put on there.
Yeah, we do.
And clearly there's nothing on merit.
And then we got number 17, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay, good movie. I would definitely put that as a Christmas movie, high up there. Okay, granted, we've only gone through 4 so far, but Tom, you know what I'm starting to see here? I'm starting to see it, and maybe I might turn out wrong, but now that we're 20% of the way in, it feels like a list of, hey, I'm just going to take all of the movies that people talk about, put them in some order, and then put in these movies that I actually like. And people are like, hold up, Home Alone was this low, and he likes this one more. It must be good. I must go watch this movie about these lesbians. That's what I'm getting off of this list. Maybe I'm looking too into it, but that sure as shit is the vibe that I'm getting. Because no reasonable human being, straight or gay, would put Home Alone that far down and then Nightmare Before Christmas that far down with these two gay boy movies that we've never heard of or cared about.
Yeah. So, Nightmare Before Christmas. Classic.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we got Lethal Weapon. I'm kind of surprised this one's on here.
Christmas movie. I love it. I'm a big fan of it. I would not count that as a Christmas movie at all.
I look at it this way. It's one of those movies where if people want to think it's a Christmas movie, I'm like, okay, go ahead. I'm not going to argue with you. Would I watch it at Christmas? No.
I will fucking argue that.
Well, you can feel free, but my whole thing
makes sense. There's so much themes around it, and it is centered around Christmas. This movie is not.
Yeah, that's kind of my main thing with it is as much as I enjoy it and some people consider it like a Christmas staple of sorts, which kind of solidifies it, right? You can't argue with that. Once people decide that this is a Christmas film, kind of happens. So that's kind of where that all comes from. But we'll get to Die Hard most likely as we move on. But I agree with you because you take Christmas out of Lethal Weapon, it doesn't really change the movie all that much.
It doesn't. And that's the thing with Die Hard. You take it out, it does dramatically affect how the movie's seen.
Exactly, yeah.
It does.
Not to get ahead of ourselves, but absolutely it does. So that's where, and I'm not saying there's some line that's drawn there. Obviously, what do I know? I'm not the arbiter of this shit. But at the same time, that's the best argument I can come up with.
Well, nowadays, being the arbiter is just nowadays who affirms my position.
Now, if you were doing a list of unconventional Christmas movies, this would be one of the movies at the top of that list. But as far as like a standard, general across the board Christmas list,
Yeah,
I gotta leave Lethal Weapon off.
yeah,
There's more. There's other Christmas movies that should fucking be here.
yeah. There's so many other ones. You and I could have made a freaking
Like
sport
Ernest,
out of this.
Ernest, or some other ones here that are
National
just like
Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
that one. I have a feeling is going to be on the list.
White Christmas.
All those you just mentioned, I think, will be on the.
I'm just
I don't know about the
saying
last one. That might be. See, there you go. There's one I might have. If it's not on here, I would have saved that for that spot. Jingle All the Way. But I have a weird feeling it might be on this list. I didn't look at the list, guys. I do know what number 1 is, but outside of that, I didn't really look at the whole list. Then we got number 15, Joya Noel. Now I've not seen this one. I remember it got nominated, like it says here, for whatever Oscar foreign language. Sure.
So okay, I know about the Christmas truce, so I can see why that would be. I haven't seen this movie, so I can't judge if it deserves it.
Yeah.
But does at least by the way the story sounds like it make more sense compared to those 2 movies that were brought up earlier that sound like movies made for gay dudes and lesbos? Yeah, this one at least sounds appropriate. Tom.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
So moving on. Here's one that you just mentioned, White Christmas, and also is Klobby's favorite film.
Oh, love it. Love this one.
It's pretty good. It does belong on the list, obviously. So there you go.
Probably one of the few musical type of movies I actually really enjoy. I really enjoy this one. My kids love this one. My kids actually went to a Broadway of this a few years ago. My kids love this movie.
So yeah. Oh fuck. And then this is what they have to say. The two Bing Crosby musicals utilize the song White Christmas. Let's leave off 1942's Holiday Inn. Well, let's also ignore the fact that this is a loose remake of that. But anyway,
it totally is.
Which has cringe-inducing blackface sequence.
So this is clearly just some raging leftist who's taking the things that he liked. The more we go down this list, the more I'm starting to think what I said earlier is coming to fruition. He's throwing in the shit he likes and then mixing it with movies that people actually like and hoping that people check out the shit that he likes. Right. But go on. Fucking clown.
Well, Paulie asked about the new Lethal Weapon movie. Last I knew, Warner Brothers was kind of teeter-tottering around it because Mel Gibson is the one who's supposed to direct it per Richard Donner's wishes. Mm-hmm. And Mel had said that he plans on getting to it after Passion of the Christ. So we'll see.
Doesn't I think he's got a release date set for what, 2027 for those 2 sequels he's doing?
I think so. Either this next year or then. Yeah, because he's still either just filming them or just finished filming them. One of the 2.
I saw there was a clip that got around of Gibson and Glover meeting. I can't remember if it was like a convention or something, but they did cross paths in person. It seems like they're still buddy. So yeah, let's get that going, dude. Glover looks like his age is starting to catch up with him. So let's make that happen for our man.
Hey, Red Shirt, how you doing?
Very well. Yeah, it's fun. Great. Having a great time. Had a great holiday week.
Hey, Red Shirt.
Nick Weiser.
Yeah. Hey. It's actually been a tick.
Yeah, it has. Oh, did it for
Hopefully
you.
You're feeling good.
I'm going to be blackface. Fuck it.
I am feeling good, actually. Yeah, getting my strength back, making plans for the future, which is great. So.
Let's go.
Hey, Mini Dragon 5. Yeah. Mecha J 3358. Hello. And Tim Hayes. Hail. Sorry.
Yes. No, you're fine. You're saying hello to all the folks out there in the chat, and I love seeing the love. But what we're talking about here is the top 20 Christmas films. I don't know if you've caught any ones so far, if you wanted to comment on any, but
there was a woke one. And there was one that
one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
this is the one that really read woke. Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, so.
I'd say that to me they're obscure so far. A lot of them.
It's
Yeah,
one thing if you have obscure, but when you read what it's about, it makes sense. At least with the one with the girl we just saw about the Christmas truce, that sounds like it makes sense. Just because I haven't
Yeah.
seen it doesn't make it not a Christmas movie, nor
I
does
don't
it
remember what
not
it's
make
called. We'll just
no.
call it. We'll call it the Christmas Dyke. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
Christmas truce.
No. I don't mean bad. I mean just obscure as in I've never even heard of some of these. So that's all. But that doesn't really surprise anybody. So we'll see where we
Well,
go
some of
from
them
here.
like that foreign one. Well, this one I remember
Yeah.
hearing about, but I never saw it. Joyo Novelle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what about Lethal Weapon? That's kind of usually that's not as hotly debated as Die Hard, but do you think
Yeah.
Lethal
Die
Weapon's a
Hard to
Christmas
me
movie?
really is. Yeah, Die Hard. I mean, Lethal Weapon. God, it's been a long time. Um, I'd say it's a candidate, but I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I mean it hits some of the notes, but it doesn't hit all of the notes, right? Like I mean, even it starts out
Right.
with a Christmas song with "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree" or whatever it is, or was it Jingle Bell Rock? Jingle Bell Rock, that's what it is. Yeah, Jingle Bell Rock. But like, yeah, outside of a few things here and there randomly, it has very little to do with Christmas. I mean, yeah, the
Yeah.
one drug bust scene takes place at the Christmas tree farm, but that could have been anywhere, right? Like, it doesn't work
Right.
like the Die Hard thing where some people are like, oh, but it could have been a birthday party. Or like, no, that's not how that works. Like, you're not going to have the entire building show up for a birthday party and the rest of the building not be functioning.
Exactly. Because it's a holiday. It's obviously a holiday.
Yeah,
so
the
the
terrorists
building's
picked it on
empty.
purpose. Exactly, yeah.
Right. Yes.
And plus, they knew all the
Yes.
most important people were going to be in one place.
Yep.
With little security.
No, it
So
feeds the story. It does.
Absolutely.
The
But
story.
anyhow, White Christmas, I can agree. Like it has more to do with Christmas than Holiday Inn did. So I guess it's proper that it's on here. Who cares about the blackface sequence? Oh, here's one that I can agree with at least. Gremlins, because I know this is not as
Yeah.
debated, not as debated as
No.
Die Hard, but there are some people who don't think it's a Christmas movie. What about you, Red Shirt?
I think it's a Christmas movie. It's not my favorite. It's the horror comedy Christmas movie. There aren't many of them. So it's hard to judge it because it's really hard to compare it to anything. So,
Yeah.
I really don't have much on it. We've talked about that movie on Toxic Tuesday, and it has its charms. I don't think it really has a major Christmas theme to me, but it's there. There's something there. I guess that's the way I'd put it. I don't think it really hits. I don't think it hits the notes maybe as hard. It's got most of them, but it's hard to see it's hard to see a Santa hat.
It's kind of an anti-Christmas movie in a way.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Like, this was my gift.
Well, and I say this because I mean I didn't want to jump ahead of Nick here, but like that's kind of my whole thing with this when people talk about it. It's like, look, the whole movie's built upon this idea that this kid is given this gift that literally consumes the entire town, right? It's kind of
Yes.
you can almost kind of step back and look at it as a comment on consumerism of the 80s and look at exactly when this movie came out. Came out right in the height of the Cabbage Patch craze, which for those out there who are too young to remember, that pretty much started Black Friday. Right? Like that was kind of
Yes,
where
it
that
did.
all started, was all these moms lining up out fucking door at a Shopko or Kmart or whatever, where there's like
Yep.
100,000 moms lined up for 10 fucking Cabbage Patch dolls. And they were all about to fight
Yes.
for them. And you saw it all over the fucking news. And I'm just sitting here going, like, step back and look at Gremlins like that, at where we were in America at the time as far as consumerism and how we treated Christmas as this commercialized, like at the worst probably point would be in that mid 80s where it was the most commercialized. And I think that's kind of where Gremlins tapped into this whole idea of, this kid gets this gift. It's a monster. It's a literal monster. It spawns hundreds of monsters that tear this entire town apart, right? And a lot of people are just like, well,
Yep.
it doesn't, like you said, I don't really see the Christmas theme in it. And that's where it's like, well, it's more of an anti-Christmas theme. And the crutch of it all is in that scene with Kate and Billy when they're in the bank, Phoebe Cates' character, where she tells the story about her father. And when you realize at the end that it's basically just a sick joke, right? I mean, yes, she's telling an actual story that happened to her character. But I mean, you're sitting there listening to it, and the punchline is that that's how I found out there was no Santa Claus. Bump. Right? That's Gremlins in a nutshell. The whole movie is this really dark, demented fucking joke, but it's connected to one of the most, joyous holidays of the year. And to me, it's one of those movies that not many people have really kind of taken a step back and looked at it as far as Christmas goes. And then the sequel doesn't help, because the sequel and I love the sequel, obviously, don't get me wrong. That's not why I'm saying it. What I'm saying is the sequel steps back from the Christmas idea and just kind of just goes full bore with the crazy Looney Tune-esque idea of these gremlins taking over shit, right? Like, that was kind of where Joe just went crazy. With the first film, though, there is this kernel of a really deep kind of like discussion to be had on where we were in the 80s as far as like Christmas goes, and how it was all about getting that ultimate gift for your kid, whether it was the Cabbage Patch doll or the Casio keyboard or the Atari or whatever. Nintendo almost at this point, but yeah.
Well, this was like a warning. The Christmas is too, the Christmas as consumerism story that I remember is the earliest one I remember is a Charlie Brown Christmas from 1965 or 6.
Technically the first Christmas special. Yep. Yeah.
I mean, that had Snoopy winning the house doghouse, the house decoration contest, and the whole idea that you had to go out and spend money to make Christmas. It's a gentle reminder in that it, you get the theme from Luke chapter 2, the explanation of what Christmas is all about, which is amazing that Charles Schultz got that past the TV executives, because
it was the 60s, you could.
Well, they could, but they hated it. They wanted it cut. And they said it's too religious. He said, no, it's staying in. Or you don't get the special.
But yeah. I was gonna say, I'm kind of surprised that they said that back then, but yeah. No, it is kind of funny watching it now, and I never thought about that so much as growing up, but you go back and you look at Peanuts now, not to sidetrack, there's a lot of Christian elements in the Peanuts if you go through it.
Oh God,
Charles Schultz was clearly a Christian, yeah.
Yes, it's a great deal of it. I mean, and it's a very autobiographical. He is Charlie Brown.
Yes, in a lot of ways.
He's a kid who failed every class in 8th grade. He's the kid whose kite won't fly, whose baseball team always loses.
There was a documentary about Charles Schultz. Is that what you saw? Because I remember, I don't think I ever got a chance to watch it, but
I just saw an article recently. Saw an article recently about it. A little blurb, actually. It was on Twitter. But
because I didn't know that part, but
yeah. No, he there's a lot of him in the cartoon, which is not unusual. I mean, Bill Amond I knew in college, and he went and drew the family in California, where he was from, and the little details like the jar full of sticks with the knobs on them. That is a decoration in a background in about half the cartoons, because it's his mom's idea of this is a cool, this is an accessory for the house for fashion. This is so freaking California. It squeaks. And for of a certain class of people, a certain type of person in California, I know that Paulie's in the chat, and he's probably going, "Hey man, what are you talking about? I don't have that shit in my house." But yeah, everybody puts a bit of themselves into a cartoon. It's you write what you know. And for Schultz, God, it was very autobiographical, and his Christianity comes through in the stories. But that to me is the message. This is the warning. This is if you don't clean up your act, this is what's going to happen to Christmas, to you. And, you're going to find out Santa Claus doesn't exist, and it's going to destroy your town and therefore your community. So in that respect, yes, it's very much a Christmas film, but it's a Christmas warning. Be careful.
Yeah, and even the family. Yeah, even the family.
No. It's not Cali, LA hate, Paulie. it's just like mid-modern houses in Palm Springs. It's It's something you don't see everywhere else. That's all.
And I
But
just got to
no.
address this here. But Big Gator, I think, misinterpreted. No, I was arguing that it is. It most definitely is a Christmas movie.
Yes.
So I don't know if you misinterpreted, but Nick, you haven't got a chance to chime in on Gremlins yet.
Great movie. Awesome movie. Love it. And I do call it a Christmas movie. Absolutely. So it should be on every Christmas list.
Yeah, he got a few points for me from having this on here. If y'all remember my argument with Yellow Flash and the crew, we were doing our Christmas movies.
Oh, yeah.
Shop Around the Corner. Not too familiar with this one. The basis for the Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan movie, You Got Mail. That's kind of about the only reason I remember anything about it, possibly. So
I've heard of this one. I'm aware of it being a Christmassy type of movie. So I haven't seen those, so I can't verify anything. So I'd like to hope that this guy chose a Christmas movie. That's all I can say after that. I hope he did.
And no, I wouldn't go as far as to call Billy the Christ figure. So no. Yeah. But Shop Around the Corner, I have not seen it myself either, but I have seen You Got Mail, and I didn't like You Got Mail. So, but I do like Jimmy Stewart. So, I brought you a letter. There we go. Now this should be way higher. What the fuck is this doing down at 11?
Oh, dude, yeah.
A Christmas Story. What the hell?
That's a poser, man.
This should almost be number one.
And I gotta ask, where the hell is
1 or 2 for anyone? Go ahead.
If the Shop Around the Corner is 10, where the hell is Miracle on 34th Street?
I have a feeling it'll be a little higher up in this one, but
okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen the whole list yet, so we're kind of going through it for the first time. I do know what number one is because I saw it on Pro Show earlier, but
okay.
Yeah, even Paulie's like, what the fuck? Oh, come on, Flash. Come on. He heard his name. He heard his name, so he came a running. Ho, ho, ho. Well, shoot your eye out, kid. I mean, if anything, everybody knows what that's from, right? Like,
even I know what that's from, but I've never seen this.
You've never seen? Oh, man. Really?
No, I've never seen it.
I'm surprised because I think you would relate to it probably pretty well because, like, there's this greatness about it. Even though it takes place in the, I think, early 50s, late 40s, one of the two, it has a pretty universal feeling about it that most people up through the 80s can relate to. I mean, sans like the Little Orphan Annie stuff and a few other things. Every kid wanted a BB gun growing up. All the kids in this movie are pretty much like every kid you grew up with. So, like, yeah, the dad in this movie is every kid's dad.
Yeah. I'll put it on my list. Definitely.
You should see it. I think you'll enjoy it. And what's funny is they did a sequel here, like, what, 5 years ago now, Nick? Roughly? Somewhere? Not quite 5. Maybe 2, 3. But 23, I want to say it came out in 22.
What? 2022 or 2023?
Christmas Story Christmas.
Shockingly good. It had no business actually being as enjoyable as it was. Yet here we are.
But yeah, so the first one, though, is a perennial classic. And I mean, if anything, it should be here just because TNT and TBS used to show it 24 hours over Christmas, like constant, like just a marathon of it. Nothing else. Do they still do that or no? People out in the chat would probably know, but yeah. Oh, there was a bad sequel too. You're not wrong. They did that straight to video, basically a remake of it. But, yeah, with Daniel Stern and I can't remember who else was in it, but yeah. No, it's a classic. And then we got A Christmas Carol, this being the 51 version with George. No, this is not the George C. Scott one. No, this would be the Alistair Sim one. Alistair Sim, I was going to say.
The Sim.
Yep. So this is probably one of the more popular ones. I mean, you could have put any dozen of the Christmas carols on here, I suppose.
Yeah, I could see why the 1951 be on there. For all the crap I've given this list, this one is definitely, I can at least see why someone will put this one in there. It's not my go-to, but I've seen it, and, it's good. It's definitely good, and I can see why people would add it.
Yeah. I would probably rank the George C. Scott or the Patrick Stewart version higher.
Yeah.
But
that's, I mean,
but any one of them is a very good, telling of the story.
even the Muppet one would have been fine here. I don't know if that one will show up or not, but like,
yeah.
what's the one? What's his name? That's the one which thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the most nice thing.
Oh, that's Albert Finney.
That's the Finney one. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that one's probably
Yeah.
the more popular one from when we were younger, but like, yeah, there's been
Yeah.
so fucking many that you could do a whole list of just Christmas Carol
You could.
versions.
Scrooged.
Yeah, and then if you throw in TV shows, it'd even be a longer list because I swear almost every TV show is done some sort of Christmas Carol episode, from Family Matters to Family Ties, probably. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
even Andy Griffith probably had one for all I know. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I'm the ghost of Christmas past. OP's like, oh my God, I'm Scrooge. No, anyway. Yeah, no, you could have put any one of them on here. So yeah, even D-Bud's like, I prefer the 38 version. I mean, gosh, there's so many different versions. There's the Alec Guinness one, that's right. Yeah. Married with Children did an episode of they did. So let's keep moving here. We got The Apartment. It's Jack Lemmon. I guess I didn't really ever consider this a Christmas movie, but I guess it is. Takes place on Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, it takes place on Christmas Eve, but I don't know how many of the themes of Christmas are in it. I guess the question is, as Paul was prompting me to come up with a definition of what constitutes a Christmas movie versus a non-Christmas movie.
Yeah,
I don't think this one rises to it. But
I can't believe they haven't remade this movie yet.
Well, yeah.
Like, I'm kind of surprised. Like, for those who don't know what The Apartment's about, it's about Jack Lemmon. It says right here, Jack Lemmon's a nebbish office drone known for lending out his place for his bosses to take their mistresses. And he puts the focus back on himself when he starts to fall for the elevator girl. So yeah, it's kind of like got this. I could see it being like a vehicle for like Ryan Reynolds or somebody, like, you know what I mean? Like Chris Pratt, or like, I can't believe they haven't tried to remake this yet, to be honest with you. Yes. Watch, they probably have. It was just probably called something else.
Yeah. I don't know.
Are you even familiar with it, Nick?
No, I've not seen The Apartment. And I would not be surprised if it wasn't a Christmas movie. And I guess now that we're, a little over halfway, one thing I can definitely say, it's safe to say this, whoever wrote this is clearly one of those people where they think that the tiniest sliver of Christmas in something automatically makes it a Christmas movie. And I hate that. I hate that precedent being set. It's one of those anything can be anything type of people. And I absolutely reject any type of doing of that when you do that, because it's like, what's the point of having lists and meanings of things when anything can be anything? So please define what a Christmas movie is and stick with it, homeboy.
Yeah, and in my definition, and again, my definition doesn't mean shit in the grand scheme of things, but to me, just kind of going back to the argument we kind of had with Lethal Weapon and such, if Christmas is a major part of the plot, right? If you take Christmas out and there's nothing else that you could change, and it just, if it doesn't take anything away from the movie, then it's definitely not a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my opinion.
But that makes sense. And to me, that sounds like a very logical defining definition to what should constitute as a Christmas movie. It just seems like the more it gets like steered away, it's like people are just trying to say, well, I like this movie because it's less Christmassy, so let's count it as one because, well, it's better to have something than nothing. No, just say you don't like the genre and move fucking on. It's like every time I hear about someone talk about how they like so-and-so comic book movie because it's less comic booky. It's like, bro, no. Then you don't actually like it for what it is. You just like it for what it's not.
See, Iron Man 3 is another one and it's funny because, Shane Black directed that, and he also had, wrote Lethal Weapon. Because he has this thing, like Shane Black has done what, like 4 or 5 movies that take place on Christmas? But Christmas has barely anything to really do with the plot.
Yeah, Iron Man 3 is not affected by Christmas whatsoever.
Not really. No.
Take place around that time in California. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That doesn't count it. I know I have my problems with the movie. That's not one of them.
Right. Pretty much. I see Professor R2 in the chat. I'll send you a link, buddy. Let's see if I
Hey,
can find you.
Professor Artu.
If I can find you, because X sucks ass
Oh,
anymore.
dude, I hate the new messaging system. Musk really fucked this one up. He really did. I'm not
If
one of
Paulie
those
wants to
guys who
come in, I
just,
suppose I could send Paulie one too.
yeah.
Suppose.
I suppose.
Suppose.
Jesus. This X thing, yeah,
Say,
you're right.
keep
Like
in
the
mind,
messaging
I do
sucks.
start in 40 minutes. So if you
Yes, I
gotta
know.
keep
We
going, I
gotta,
can
yeah.
always. I mean, worst comes worst,
Well,
I can always just get started as well.
the beauty of it is, Nick, we're already halfway through the list, and I don't plan on talking because there is fuck all else to talk about. Unless you
Okay.
guys want to talk about Avatar. Yeah, Paul.
No,
Yeah, he
thanks.
can't anyway.
No,
So
no.
if Paulie came in here, we'd get his reaction to Avatar. But you can go watch that on his channel right now, actually. So if you're curious, so there you go. But yeah, no, I agree with you guys. Like this. Okay, you want to know why this kind of goes off of what you were saying earlier, Nick? Because I totally agree with what you said. Basically, where it was like they had this generic Christmas list of films, and then this asshole just goes in and goes, no, I got to add some woke and weird shit here just to get some attention. This feels like one of those movies.
He wanted to make this list about what he liked, and
Right.
Yes.
wanted to have looser concepts of Christmas be in a Christmas movie. He's probably one of those guys that doesn't actually like actual Christmas movies. So he just decides, well, I'm going to interpret and skew my perspective and slant it towards that direction, so that way I can just include it in the list.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's kind of what this feels.
So
and again, I'm not saying the movie's bad, but I'm just, you know, you made that point before, and I agreed with you 100%. Like this guy, that's what it felt like. Is this guy had a list of movies? He's like, well, I'm just going to shove in some of my personal ones in here. And it's like, look, I get it. Everybody has their own personal films for Christmas. Like, look, here's one of mine that's technically not a Christmas movie, even though it has a little bit of a Christmas part in it. But I usually watch it every Christmas because it was just a tradition with my dad. Because I got him the videotape one year and we just watched it every year after that. Rocky, the original first Rocky. For some reason, it's just Christmas night. We would watch Rocky because I got it for him 1 year back when VHS was first starting to get big, right? And we just watched it every year after that for some reason. It was just a thing. I don't know. Christmas Eve was A Wonderful Life and Christmas night was Rocky. I don't know why. Other than I bought my dad the tape 1 year for Christmas. That was it. But otherwise, like, yeah, my mom is a huge Christmas freak growing up. Like, so like a lot of these movies, like I've seen so many of these things because my mom would watch them every year endlessly. And she loves like those, like when they would have like those 100 Days of Christmas or whatever things on like cable or whatever it was, you know, where they'd have nothing but Christmas movies on the Family Channel and shit like that. She would eat that shit up. Still does.
Right.
Like every time I come over there, this time of the year, I know exactly. She's got some Hallmark or classic Christmas film on because she just loves her Christmas movies. So An Apartment is not one that she ever would have watched on Christmas. That was the point I was getting to. So that being said, we're moving on now. No, Zootopia is not a part one. It's just another story. Holdovers is number 8. Now, I have not seen this one. This is a newer one, and I have heard some people talk about it. So I'm not gonna knock it, but I haven't seen it. Now, have either of you guys seen it? I'm going to take that as a no. So Alexander Payne's 70s set throwback stars Paul Giamatti. Can't speak to it, but I do know it's kind of popular. So why is Die Hard 7?
Yeah, that should be. I don't get why.
Top 2 or 3 at least. I mean, we don't even have to have the debate of whether or not it's a Christmas movie. I think all 3 of us on this panel.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It is. I mean, the whole gist is he wants to be, you know, with his family in time for Christmas, and he's got this big obstacle in his way. It absolutely affects the story dramatically. And he's talked about wanting to listen to Christmas music in the car. They make a lot of the dialogue revolve around Christmas. It takes place around that time. So, yeah, it is absolutely a Christmas movie and then some. Sure, it doesn't got a lot of our iconic Frosties and Rudolphs, but everything it celebrates, and it has a Christmassy type of message about family.
Well, yeah, there's all the arguments we've already made about how it takes place on Christmas because That's when the terrorists need it to be, because that's when the building is going to be the most empty, less security. All the most important people are going to be in one place at one time. It just so happens that John McClane is coming out to visit his family on Christmas. And a lot of people are like, well, it could have been a birthday, it could be this. Like, John McClane has been sitting in New York for a year. He has missed at least two birthdays for his kids now, and God knows how many other holidays. He didn't show up for Easter. He didn't show up for 4th of July. He's showing up for Christmas. Why? Because Christmas is the one holiday that most families cannot miss, right? That's the importance of it. So all these little things mixed together. It's like you take Christmas out of the plot of Die Hard, the movie falls apart. There's no real reason for it to be happening at that any other time. Even some people are like, well, you could do it New Year's. No, because most businesses and offices, they don't do a party for every holiday. But you know what is famous? The Christmas party. The office Christmas party is always world famous, no matter where you've worked in an office. They even made a movie called The Office Christmas Party because it's such a famous, crazy time. And speaking of crazy times, we got R2 with us. How you doing, Professor?
Hey, I'm doing all right. Oh man, it has been a busy one, busy semester. But hey, just got home from ice skating lessons.
You should be getting some time off here soon, right?
Yeah, here in a little bit. Shouldn't be too long. But yes, yeah. Die Hard. Die Hard is absolutely a Christmas movie. It happens because of Christmas. It has Christmas themes throughout the film. It has Christmas music in it. It's a Christmas movie. Absolutely.
Well, and I do have one final argument on it.
I'm actually surprised this person ranked it this high. This seems like the type of person who would put in like number 20.
You're not wrong. Like, yeah, it barely would have made the list or something.
I'm actually going to call this generous. I can see why. And to be fair, if you're like a Christmas movie aficionado, usually aficionados are probably rank this type of movie within the somewhere between the 8 and 5 area, because the aficionados are going to look at it as well. I like the ones that really emphasize extra on the Christmas, but they'll still have this in there because it deserves its due.
I wish Jay would have had me on his show the other day. I didn't even know they were doing the old Die Hard debate, but I have a trump card that I always keep up my sleeve. I mean, I could pull out, the many times that they've released Die Hard on Blu-ray with a Christmas themed, slipcase or something like that. There's many, many, many things I could say about the first film, but there's one thing that I always point out that not many people can argue with. If Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, then why the fuck does Die Hard 2 take place at Christmas for no good fucking reason?
Man, I can't fucking believe this. Another basement, another elevator. How could the same shit happen to the same guy twice?
Exactly.
Nope.
That's my I slam it down, and that's my ace right there up my sleeve. Just going, yep. You can't argue that, can you? Why the fuck? Because it makes no logical sense for Die Hard 2 to take place on Christmas, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because why would you move a very dangerous and important prisoner on the most traveled holiday of the year? You wouldn't.
No.
You just wouldn't.
Absolutely not.
You would wait till the day after,
no
if anything.
Sense.
Yeah.
No.
So the whole logic of the film falls apart because of Christmas in the second film.
Yep. I agree. I still, with that flawed logic, because it's horrifically flawed, I still appreciate Die Hard 2, but yeah.
Die Hard 2 is a great sequel, but...
Yeah, it's a great sequel, but yeah, it is illogical. It absolutely
has so many illogical moments. It takes everything to the nth extreme, to the point where Die Hard with a Vengeance had to kind of bring it back down to earth, even though that movie's over the top as fuck, right? But at least with Die Hard with a Vengeance, that was, the original director coming back and going, no, this is not a Christmas movie, it's just an action summer flick. And he just did it that way. But that wasn't even meant to be a Die Hard movie anyhow. It was actually a completely different story called Simon Says that they just plugged John McClane into. That being said, I don't think anybody would argue this is a Christmas movie. Red Shirt, you haven't said much about it yet, but I don't know if you want to argue at all.
Oh, it's absolutely a Christmas movie. I am a little surprised it's here where it is, mainly because it doesn't fit with the artsy-fartsy feel of some of the other movies, where I think you're right. I mean, it's what he liked. And if there were a link to Christmas somewhere in the story, then it was a Christmas movie to him. No, this is a great Christmas movie. Again, it's not a traditional Christmas movie in the sense that it has a theme that would be a lesson from Christmas, Charlie Brown or Gremlins or Miracle on 34th Street. But but it has everything going for it to be considered a great Christmas movie. It's a great movie, and it doesn't work if it's not set on Christmas. Period.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a traditional
I'm in vehement
Christmas
agreement,
movie, but
yeah,
it has become a Christmas tradition, right?
Oh
I think that's
boy, has it! Absolutely.
I mean, nobody remembers it came out in the summertime, kind of like with Gremlins, same thing.
Miracle on 34th Street.
It didn't matter.
Same thing. It did. Yeah, you're right, Professor.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of Christmas movies did. Okay, and here's one that should be number one. I don't give a shit. Why is this way down here? We should be at number 2 and 1 right now.
It did. No. This is way down here because it stars Chevy Chase, whom I can't stand.
Well, I know you. Well, that being said, though, like this is one of those movies where very few times or ever have I ever heard anybody say anything bad about it.
No.
Everybody loves it. It's a classic Christmas film. I don't even know if it was. It kind of came at a time when I was surprised they were doing another National Lampoon's Vacation film, because it was like the last one flopped, and it hadn't really been one of those movies that stayed in the zeitgeist at the time. But I believe because of this movie, it came back in a way, if that makes sense. Because I remember I had National Lampoon's Vacation on video because it was one of the videos my dad brought home from where he was working at the time that was quote unquote broke, but all it had was just like one little bad spot in it. So I had seen National Lampoon's Vacation so many times as a kid. And to me, it was just one of those classic films. And I would bring it up to people and people were like, huh? Usually they wouldn't know what I was talking about until after Christmas Vacation came out. Then after Christmas Vacation came out, everybody finally saw the first one, it felt like. But that was just me and my generation. But I know the older generations all knew it, but like, yeah, but this film itself, I think it's kind of strange because it's one of those few sequels that probably surpasses the original in so many ways. You know, just in its cultural impact, in the movie itself, possibly even being a better film than the first movie in some ways. And it's also a great sequel because you don't have to have seen any of the other films to enjoy it. It works on a level of this is just a wacky family Christmas type movie. And you don't have to have seen European Vacation to be caught up or anything like that. It's just, you know, it just is what it is. So yeah, like go ahead, guys, wax on it.
My wax. I really enjoyed this movie. I probably, ranking wise, it's not far off from where I would rank it, only because the other movies I just happen to enjoy a little bit more. But this to me is a very essential Christmas movie. Absolutely. I don't know. I don't recognize a Christmas list well. It's a very fun comedy Christmas movie.
Do you know how weird it is to sleep in the same bed as your brother? Well, I'm sleeping with your father.
Yeah, this should be on every Christmas list. I don't get
we
why
needed a coffin, a tree. This is one of the most quotable fucking movies about. I say it's a bit nipply out there. I don't know how many times a year in the wintertime, right? You know, it's like there's so many little like, and this is one of those movies where even the most sophisticated people that you would never think would like a comedy like this. We were bringing this up the other day. I can't remember where it was. We were talking about how like it's like, oh, you ever see National Lampoon's Vacation? Hey, seen it? We love it. We see it every year. The shitter's full. Like even the people you would never even expect all of a sudden are screaming, the shitter's full. Like everybody. It's just one of those fucking movies. Like especially if I have like one of the T-shirts on or something like that, somebody will shitter's full. Even if it's just like the Chevy Chase one or whatever, it's like it has nothing to do with Randy Quaid, but that's what they say, right? So
why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margot. Classic. Yeah,
this is absolutely. Yes.
That cat had 9 lives. Just spent them all. Which I'm kind of surprised Six would. And hello, Six. Good to see you. And thank you for the super chat. I'm surprised she would actually quote that one, considering how much she. I know how much she doesn't like it when animals die on screen. I got to imagine even that's one of the few times where you I don't know. Even the most staunch animal lovers probably got to giggle a little bit because that fucking cat.
Yes.
No, The Land Before Time death is tragic. Aunt Bethany Cat's got more of a giggle to it.
Yeah.
It's almost like the ant dying in the first film. They strap her to the fucking roof of the car. Oh, shit. Anyway, yeah, no, this is a classic film. I don't think that there's much more we can say about it than that.
Yeah.
They know we're getting low on time here.
Absolutely one of the ones you got to watch every single year around Christmas.
Is Rusty still in the Navy?
So
You could. What does that sound? It sounds like a squeaking sound. You couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant. Anyway, here's Miracle on 34th Street, one that's been asked about a few times. Now, some would debate this is actually more of a Thanksgiving film.
I would say you could see it both ways, but I'm going to lean towards Christmas. And this is one of the few movies where I actually can accept a remake having been made for it. One of the very few. So you want, clip that part of me accepting a remake. This is one of them. These are two. And yes, I did see the original first. So I was shocked that I enjoyed the remake the way that I do, but these both are really good, and I don't blame anyone for choosing one over the other. Yeah,
I still love the original. Edmund Gwenn there as Kris Kringle, fantastic. So it's just such a charming film. It's so sweet. I love the original, but I would agree with you. The remake has plenty of charm, plenty of love. Now, doesn't the remake actually kind of fix the ending, or am I mixing them around and the remake mussed up the ending? I'm trying to remember now.
I don't feel like the remake had anything damaging or polarizing.
I was going to say, this was because for some reason in my brain, and please correct me if I'm wrong, there was like just one little bit in the end of the film that the remake I think fixed, and I thought it was because I haven't seen either version in so many years that I'm just kind of vaguely in my mind going, which one was it that had the... Because one of the endings I remember was a little less believable than the other one.
It's the funny thing is I haven't actually seen the remake in a long time. So the original ending, they're driving along, they see the house, and it's the house that she had in her mind that she drew, and it has the swing out back, and they find his cane inside.
Because that's not the ending of the new one, or the newer.
That's the ending of the original. I don't really remember.
I'm trying to remember now, and I think that the ending of the remake might actually have been a little bit better, but it could be wrong. But then Yep, It's Me says that the remake has no soul.
I disagree with that.
And then he says the remake is weak sauce. Like, yeah, see, that's too. Bill, like you guys are some of the few people I've actually heard say that about the remake. So
I think again, I'm going to count my counter argument is emotional attachment to the original. That's why as someone who has seen both of these movies not far apart from each other and going back to them, they are both very well on their own merits. If you had seen the remake first, I think a lot of people, whether they want to admit it or not, would be a lot more fun of it. But it's attachment, and I get it. There's pride to that when you grow up on something you love, and accepting something else it's hard. I get it.
I like I said, I much prefer the original, but I don't have a problem with people who that really do like the remake. I think it's fine.
Okay, this is the difference, I think, if I remember right here. In the remake, in the courtroom scene, that's what I was talking about. Like, it's all predicated on the whole, like, in God We Trust on the dollar bill in the remake.
Mm-hmm.
And in the original, I'm trying to remember what was the crutch, but I think in the remake it was a little bit better, if I'm not mistaken.
In the original film, the whole court case hinges on the U.S. government recognizing him as Santa Claus.
Yes,
and it's if the post office is delivering mail to him, it's illegal for them to deliver mail to someone who isn't the person who's supposed to receive the mail. So it's the federal government recognizing he's Santa Claus, so that closes the case.
You just reminded me now. It's the original one, the ending I like better. Yep, you're right. The original ending makes more sense. It's more clever. The second one is it's more of a Fugazi kind of, if we believe in God, then...
Yeah, I'm remembering a little bit more about the ending too on the remake, because I guess that like there's she's made 3 wishes or something, and 2 of the wishes come true because the 2 of them get married, and
the baby's the 3rd wish, I think.
And then and then there's the baby is the 3rd wish. So,
but that's not what I was talking about. I was talking mainly the courtroom scene.
Yeah,
I remember the whole thing hinged on the reason, and I was trying to remember which one was the more believable reason, and it was the original. Yeah. So I take all that shit back.
Now, your remake sucks. Go away.
This should have been way down the fucking list. I hate this movie.
It sucks.
But every fucking buddy seems to love it for some reason. And it is technically a Christmas movie.
Dude.
So I will allow it, but it should be like number 20.
Chick flick and for gay men. Come on.
Well, look, this movie basically encapsulates every single Hallmark Christmas movie, okay? So I'll allow it in that respect and that it is popular. But what the fuck is it doing at number 4?
Chick flick for gay men. That's what.
Chick flick for gay men. You're not wrong. Hugh Grant's in it. Shit.
Hey, if one likes Love Actually, that's fine. But really, this is a Christmas movie? I remember seeing the promo for that and not getting anything of a Christmas vibe from it.
It is.
And I'm not even saying it as an insult. I just feel like there's nothing it seemed to be promoting in that direction of it.
And I've seen it. I will, like I said, I will allow it on the list in my opinion because it is fairly popular and it does have a strong Christmas theme throughout. It's about the these intertwining stories with different people on Christmas, I think Eve, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so maybe it's a bi movie.
But it is a very bland.
It's by Christmas.
Yeah, it's a very bland romantic comedy-esque film. Like I said, it's basically a fancy version of all the Hallmark Christmas movies, basically.
Okay,
is what it is.
That's actually, that sounds fair. That actually sounds fair. I must concede that.
And then we got Elf, which I'm not surprised is on here. I don't know if it should be this high, but
yeah,
I would probably put it more for me. I love it. I think it's great, but I probably personally would probably put it within like the top, like let's say around 13 through 15 area, but that's because there's so many other ones that I like as well. I still rewatch this one a lot. I do enjoy it, and it's it holds up. I saw it at a theater last year with the kids. I thought it was, and it's still wonderful for me to watch, and it's great for the family. But yeah, it's just other ones I like more. Home Alone 2,
it's
Christmas Chronicles.
One of the last, what I would call like official Christmas movies, because like. This is where Pro was talking about this stuff this morning because he's not wrong. He did it. I don't know if he did the research or if he found it. It looked like he had done the research himself, but he did this graph of like from 1985 to 2025 and how Hollywood had basically stopped making Christmas movies when they were basically a staple of just about every year where we get a good handful of Christmas movies. But the reason I bring it up is because, yes, we would get a handful of Christmas movies every year, but you were lucky if maybe every 5th year something would stick, right? You would only get a Christmas Story or a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or something like that every few years. You wouldn't get them every single year where they stuck around all the time. This did become a perennial favorite. It earned its wings.
It is definitely it is in the pantheon. One many people go to. I see some comments of hate, but I'm just telling you those are the facts. It is one that many people go to. It's okay to hate it, but
it grew on me over the years.
It's undeniable that it has stood the test of time with many.
Because I didn't care for it as much either, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is one that I had to be exposed to a bunch of times before I was able. Like the first time I saw it, I was like, God, I hate this. Just get it off the screen.
It's downhill when the best joke is in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. But as having kids and then growing up and them enjoying it and having watched it more, I do understand why people love it so much. I get it. I get some of the jokes in it. Will Ferrell, like, his best roles, he throws himself into it and he's completely committed. And that means physically abusing himself and doing all sorts of other crazy things to make the role work. And it's fine. I would definitely not have this at 3, but it's fine. I'm not going to be one of those that absolutely hates this film.
Yeah, no, I totally get why people love it.
I get why people wouldn't like it, to be fair. Even though I disagree, I can at least see why they don't. I think
it might have been Bob Newhart's last movie. I think he did some TV afterwards with like Big Bang and all that kind of stuff, but I think it might have been his last movie. But if anything, that's one of the reasons why he is one of the things that kind of keeps it.
Oh, he's great.
I'll be honest with you. If it wasn't for Bob Newhart being in the movie, it probably, to me, I would be arguing like this movie sucks. It's just all modern, crappy bullshit. But because I did not like it when it first came out. But like you said, R2, over the years, seeing it time and time again, certain aspects start to grow on you. And you just kind of like, you know what? It's not as bad as it initially was, especially compared to some modern shit. So I'll give it a pass. Red Shirt, did you have anything to say about Elf? Or did you have to step away, I think you stepped away. Okay, we got number 2, which is arguably could or should have been number 1.
Yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Excellent. Feels a bit obligatory on this list, even though it's correct.
Obligatory, yeah. Like, well, at the same time, because here's the thing, is I will accept people's arguments that this is technically not a Christmas movie.
Oh, no.
But what puts it in there is that it's based on a Christmas card, like a literal Christmas card.
Mm-hmm.
And it got shown on Christmas every year to where it kind of got imprinted on Christmas. Because when it was in the public domain for so many years, all these like UHF and little like TV stations would show it every to the point where it was a tradition. Like it was one of the earliest things I remember from when I was a kid associated with Christmas, because my dad on Christmas Eve, they would show it every year on TV. He would we got to get home in time for It's a Wonderful Life, but we never would get home in time for the beginning. So for like, I don't know, 15, 20 years, I'd never seen the beginning of It's a Wonderful Life. We would come in every single time when Clarence shows up.
Yeah.
So I've only seen the second half of the movie my entire life until like I was like a teenager, and it finally came out on DVD.
Wow.
And the reason is because every Christmas Eve we would go to my grandma's house for Christmas. So by the time we would get back, the movie had already been on for about an hour, but my dad would still insist we're watching it regardless. So yeah, so finally when I was like a teenager, I got to see the beginning of the movie.
My introduction was Batman the Animated Series. I asked my dad what's It's a Wonderful Life, because in the animated series of the episode Christmas with the Joker, it was Robin's favorite movie and he wanted to watch it, and he got Batman to concede that Christmas was pretty cool after all, and they were watching that movie. I thought, oh, is that based off an actual movie? And it turns out it was, and that's literally what got me to watching the movie. So I discovered this one at a very young age.
You know what else is funny that they started doing when NBC finally bought out the rights to it? Mm-hmm. They would show it either 2 nights in a row, or they would show it twice in a row. So I finally, even though I'd already seen it because of DVD, it was like, oh, now they're showing it after the fact so I can watch it. We would have been home in time to watch it the second time out.
Right.
Or the next day. And for some reason, my dad never had us record it. That was the only other thing that never made sense to me. He's like, why, Dad, why don't you just have us record it so we can just watch it every year and not have to worry about it? You know, but no, it's just one of those things. Red Shirt, anything to say about Wonderful Life?
Yeah, I mean, it was a bomb when it came out, right, just after World War II, because it was so sentimental and the country wasn't in the mood for that. Mm-hmm. It was television that turned this into the cult classic that it's become. And changes in society, appreciation more for the message rather than the delivery. So, I mean, it's a wonderful movie. It gets me every year when I watch it, every time I watch it at the end. You know, to my brother, George Bailey, the richest man in Bedford Falls.
It's a great film. And I mean, it also, really if it wasn't for this movie, we wouldn't have Back to the Future or Gremlins either. Those two movies owe a big, big part to this movie.
Yes. True.
Yep.
And I mean, we've seen, I don't know how many kind of reimaginings of it. This is probably the second most, because you brought up the Batman, right? The Batman episode. Like, besides Christmas Carol, this is probably the second most used story in like TV shows and sitcoms and cartoons.
Oh, it's
shit.
everywhere. Yeah. We were literally what was it? My son was watching yesterday. He was watching an episode of Psych And it's a version of this story. It's a version of It's a Wonderful Life. What would life have been like if I wasn't born, or if I didn't move here, or whatever? Like that whole trope. Like there's a whole series of films, TV episodes, and everything, all telling that.
It's kind of like a reverse Christmas Carol in a way, right? Like it has that, and that's one of the reasons why I would never argue against, it being a Christmas movie, even if, with all the logistics of it, because it only has a small portion of the film, that last part of the film, that really only has to do with Christmas. Yeah, and the Christmas plot has very little to do with the movie itself per se. It has more to do with Black Friday or whatever it was, to where. Well, no, it also has its better. Not Black Friday, but the crash. What day was it? Black Monday. Sorry.
No, it was a Thursday, I thought, or Tuesday. Black Tuesday.
Was it a Thursday? Tuesday? Yeah, whatever
Tuesday
it was.
Or Thursday. Yeah. It wasn't a normal day of the week. It was one of those days where normally you hear over the PA, ladies and gentlemen, Tuesday has been discontinued until further notice.
Yeah, and the runs on the bank and everything. That's kind of what it more revolves around, but like,
yeah. But yeah, you do get the Christmas themes at the end. She's practicing Christmas carols on the piano. They've got the Christmas tree, everything. And this is one of the Christmas movies that was released at Christmas.
At Christmas, yeah.
But Frank Capra, he practically disowned it, like Red Shirt was saying. Like, he's just like, it's one of my worst movies I ever made.
Sorry, bro. It got wrong.
Yeah. Sorry.
If anything, it's one of the only ones that has lived on, really. I mean, long term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably just said that because it bombed, so now he had to go with it.
Well, it's actually just because, like, Night of the Living Dead, the reason those two movies lived on, and I swear by it, is because they didn't do the copyright correct, and UHF channels and all these little channels picked them up in the TV boom. Right. And so many people saw them every year. Halloween, you'd see Night of the Living Dead. Christmas, you'd see It's a Wonderful Life. So, like, it was just a normal thing. Yeah. Sometimes copyrights going off, or like, it's same thing with Nosferatu. We pointed out that movie wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the fact that they tried to take that movie away from us, because so many people saved it, because so many movies from that era do not exist anymore. And they weren't even canceled.
Mainly because most of them don't exist because they blew up.
Exactly. They were on nitrate film. Exactly. Now, Scrooge, this is a weird one. So first of all, why is this above any other version of the Christmas Carol? I love this movie, don't get me wrong.
No. I like this film. I do, but this is
why is it number one? This reminds me of the Naked Gun being number one on that 100 list. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm with her too. This is something that should be around like 15. I love it. I've watched it many times. I watched it last year. It'll probably be, played sometime this upcoming Christmas. But it ain't Home Alone. It ain't
The Bitch Hit Me with a Toaster.
It ain't Christmas Vacation. No. But it's an entertaining Christmas movie. It
has some great lines, absolutely.
It isn't even the best adaptation. I mean, it isn't even the best retelling of Charles Dickens' story.
It's probably the most interesting. It's definitely the most funny. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, where else
no question there.
Like, you can see her nipples. You can barely see her nipples. Yeah. Look, can you see your nipples? You can barely see them, just a little bit. And these guys are really looking.
She hit me with the toaster.
I can't believe it. That bitch hit me with a toaster.
Yes. Oh. Yeah, no, I mean, it's a
James.
It's a fun movie. It really is. And it's hysterically funny. I mean,
you can't leave. If you leave, then I can't work late. And if I can't work late, I can't work late.
Right. You've got, and the thing is, you've got it besides Bill. You've got Carol Kane. You've got Bobcat
Goldthwait. Yeah, that is, he is the best part of the movie when he comes in after being fired, because he's playing the what's his face? I forgot his name. Cratchit. Yeah, Cratchit.
Yeah.
He's playing that role, and it's funny because this guy finally gets his comeuppance in all the Scrooge movies. He comes in with a fucking double barrel shotgun like fucking Elmer Fudd, and he's like, "I'm going rabbit hunting."
Yes.
No, it's great. Yeah.
Oh no, it's a fun. I mean, it's a movie to watch at Christmas. There's no question. But is it number one? I don't think so. I think it's in the top 5. Year. I mean, no, but I think it's in the top 5, but I don't think it's number one.
I would say
So-
generously it should be 10, and it should be below a more traditional Christmas Carol film. Right?
That should
'Cause
be
this is
four.
the
There should be 4 traditional Christmas films, one of which should be a Christmas Carol film ahead of this.
That's
At
what I mean.
least.
Like at least one of
Yeah.
the other versions, whether it's the Finney, the 50s one, or even a Muppet Christmas Carol, right? Which is
Yeah.
probably arguably the most accurate to the book, mainly because you have Gonzo literally narrating as Charles Dickens,
Mhm.
right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
so you have that part. And I mean, other than that, I mean, even if you had the George C. Scott one before this, I could understand. But wasn't that a TV movie? That might be why that one's not.
Yes,
on
it
this
was.
list.
It
So was
I think
yeah.
it
So was the Patrick Stewart
one.
version. That was a TV movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was on
Yeah.
like that one was cable.
Hey, Paulie,
It was USA, I think.
you show up right at the very end. We're just talking about like we love Scrooge, but it just doesn't belong on this high on the list. Maybe in the
Oh, and it's number 1?
yeah, it was
Yeah,
kind of like
that
that
makes
100 list where they
sense.
did Naked Gun as number 1. We're going, what the fuck are you thinking? Like,
No. Well, Scrooge is really kind of like upped its game and like kind of like the new family unit watching this one and European Christmas Vacation.
yeah, don't get me wrong on that, Paul, but even
Yeah.
that I would accept as number 1. Christmas Vacation I would have accepted.
Yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life I would have
Yeah.
accepted. And I love
Yep.
this movie. Don't get me wrong. We just quoted the hell out of it. Like I'll quote it all day long. I do quote it
Yeah.
all the time. And it is arguably one of the funniest versions, or if not the funniest version of Scrooge you'll ever see, but it is not traditional. And it, to me, it's like, why is this above any of the other versions of A Christmas Carol? You should have at least one of the more original versions on here before you do this one. That's kind of my
Hey,
thing.
Yeah.
Tom, I
Yeah.
gotta pull out.
You got to pull out. I know you do. We're
oh,
gonna be
yeah.
done
So do
soon.
I.
And Richard's gonna do it with me. So,
You know what? We'll just
Nick.
probably
We're
wrap this all
both
up.
pulling out.
So Red Shirt and Nick, go ahead and start. Nick, I know you got Toxic Tuesday coming up in just a few minutes where you're going to be talking
Deadpool. Yeah.
Yes.
So please come hang out with us as we talk the first Deadpool movie. There's a very ridiculous movie. And yes, in case like, Nick, are you going to talk a Christmas movie? Don't worry. We'll get there in a few weeks. Believe that. But I got to pull out. Red Shirt, I'll see you in a minute. Tom, I hope to see you, Professor. And Paulie, good to see you boys. Hope you guys come in
Yes.
someday. And I'll see you guys hopefully in the chat on Toxic
Come.
Tuesday. Thank you.
I'm going to come.
awesome.
Take care, Nick.
Yes, Paulie, Professor. Thanks, everybody. It's been fun. See you on the toxic side.
Take care,
All right,
Richard.
see you over there.
Take care, brother. I don't understand Flash. What's Flashy Flash and his hate for a Christmas movie?
I don't know. He's just being a shit.
Christmas Story? I mean, 'tis our season to be rah-ree. Fa-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra.
It's not fra ra 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 ra. It's fa ra 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 ra.
Oh,
It's smiling at me.
Yeah. Oh, he chops its head off.
I love that film. I love
that
that. We
dog-
watch that every single Christmas.
Well, you know, that
Uh,
one should be number
yeah.
1 probably because I mean that has actually spawned a tradition. I don't know if you guys have heard about this now, but there's a bunch of families that will actually go out to Chinese restaurants on Christmas and reenact.
that aren't Jewish?
I'm sure they could be. Some of them might be, but
Why
like,
not?
I'm just saying, like, this has become like a thing now where it's not just like a couple people doing it. Like a bunch of people are doing it now, where they'll go out to a Chinese restaurant on Christmas and do the scene themselves. Like,
Yeah.
like,
They'll do this.
it's like a
they'll
Rocky
reenact
Horror
it?
Picture Show thing. Like, yeah. No, just regular people have now done this tradition every year now because of this movie.
Well, for a while, a lot of people were buying that lampshade with the leg.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the leg
yeah.
lamp.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
there's
Remember
plenty
that?
of leg lamps out there. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
I still even
Yeah.
have one. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
we have someone in a neighborhood near us who has his own giant leg lamp that he decorates and puts out in the lawn. So
Oh, really?
yes,
Nice. I don't know why all of a sudden I turned green. I'm trying to redo my little studio here.
You do have a bit of a green
Uh,
hue.
There it is. There, I gotta be back here with the red light. That's what it is. When I get close,
Oh,
whatever. dude.
yeah.
I've just been cleaning the studio and listening to you guys, having fun listening to you guys.
Yeah, there wasn't much for news today, so I thought,
Dude,
Just,
did you
uh,
see Tarantino's list?
No, what did he do?
What?
A list of. What did he do a list of?
His top 20 movies of the century so far.
Oh no, I haven't seen that. Maybe we'll have to do that in the next episode then.
Oh yeah, and
You'll have to
it's
send
pissing
that
a lot
to
of
me.
people off.
Oh really? I'm not surprised because he's got some pretty controversial.
Yeah, he's got some, some weirdo movies up there. He does have West Side Story like in the top 20.
I heard. Okay, so I did hear something about that. Like,
Well, they released the bottom 10, like 20 to 11, and then today they just released the top 10 of his.
right.
So, some good movies on there.
They went and changed YouTube. Now I'm trying to. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore anybody here, but I can't figure out how to fucking send everybody off to.
Oh, redirect?
Yeah,
You got to go into the studio,
I'm in there, and I'm
Go
in
into
customization. And
this
they changed the
stream.
whole layout.
customization,
Oh, okay. I
then
got it.
scroll
Maybe-
down and see
Maybe
redirect.
that's what I'm screwing up. I forgot to go into. Oh, that's what I did. You're right.
Because sometimes you hit setting and that's like for the whole YouTube channel.
I fucked up. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, I
see
do
what
that all
did.
the time, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow on my live stream.
Yeah, maybe I'll save that for Thursday if you want to send that to
Well,
me.
you could jump on tomorrow with me.
Go ahead and
as
send
well.
the link. I don't know what's going on yet tomorrow, but yeah.
Yeah. And
Andre
saw
usually sends me
Avatar.
something. Oh yeah,
last
real
night.
quick, your reaction to that.
Can you give us a small hint at your feelings? My feelings are mixed, and I'm an Avatar fan.
Mhm.
There you go.
Well,
Fucking
that's not
thing
really
was just
good,
too
then.
long, dude. It's over 3 hours, man.
Yeah,
Yikes.
a little overindulgent.
I mean, yeah. Well, and you know what? It's like Way of the Water Part 2, and they really sidelined the new villain, which she was a badass. She was wicked, man.
Mhm. Not to be
A
confused
really-
with the Wicked movie, but yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get through these super chats here. You guys have been generous and you've been waiting so long. Thank you for that. Soul Nightmare sends in 5 and says Matt Reeves confirmed Eric Messerschmidt, if I said that right. Messerschmidt as a cinematographer for part 2. I think he'll fit in nicely, and he even did a live action ad for Arkham Shadow. So they actually have oh wow, so the Matt Reeves movie finally has some movement on it. If they have a cinematographer. Then Action Comms asks who saw RLM, what are next. I have not got a chance. I've been kind of behind on the Red Letter Media videos because they've been just kind of repetitive, and I don't really like their reviews anymore as much as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I have not seen that one yet.
So you're saying that Matt Reeves is they're staffing up?
That's what it sounds like, according to
About
Soul
time.
Nightmare. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, oh, there's actually some movement on this thing.
It was bound to happen, right? Shut something.
Yeah, it could have. I mean, there was always that plausibility that if they didn't get their shit moving, then yeah. I mean, it's been kind of on the back burner for a bit now, and I mean, I've heard all sorts of stuff about it where it was like, well, if you don't get his shit done here pretty soon, then they're gonna just move on. But Walter Tomaszewski says, off topic, how well are AMC and Regal faring? Good question. I don't know. Let's see what their stock is at right now.
I mean, I have AMC's A-list.
Yeah, but
I mean, I would think that they're all struggling. The last couple of weeks have been decent for movie going, but it's been a pretty bad year.
It has all around, yeah. Regal stock is doing much better than AMC's, actually, it looks like. They're up a bit more, but they must have more. I'm thinking they got more market share, perhaps. Yeah, I'm not the guy to really ask this stuff, Walter Tomaszewski. This would be better for like Valiant or one of those guys, but I do know the theaters are struggling a little bit, and I think Paulie's right that this year did hit them pretty hard. And yeah, they've had some ups with like Minecrafts, and more recently with like Zootopia.
We said this yesterday, Tom. Is that it was a huge weekend last weekend, but it's still down 33% from last year.
Yep. See, and that's the thing is like, it's kind of like the thing with horror films. And I think I said the same thing when we were discussing is like, everybody's always like, oh, horror's back, horror's back. I'm like, no, horror never goes anywhere. It's just, unless you have an exception to the rules, like a Scream or the Halloween 2018 film where it makes just tons of money, like a standard blockbuster film. Horror is pretty normal. It just plays the same no matter what. It's just usually if there's more horror films doing well, that's a sign that everything else is doing shitty. That's generally what that means.
Well, like, also too, is that horror is always the go-to because they're just cheaper to make.
Yeah.
So whenever you see a horror film with a big budget, you gotta look out. You know,
right.
That's usually not a good sign because they're milking it.
Like the new Exorcist with
oh my god,
with what's her face?
Yeah.
I can't remember her name now for some reason. Black Widow. What the hell's her name? Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Jo.
Yeah.
I'll be right
then
back.
Final Smash sends in $5 super chat to say, Tom, who's your dream director for this new TMNT? I'd like to see Chad Stahelski. Yeah, that's a good choice. Imagine his action stunt sequences mixed with practical suits. I could see that. Other than that, I don't know. What do you guys think? Anybody stick out to you that could possibly take it on?
Gosh.
I'd be curious to see what like an Edgar Wright or somebody like that
yeah,
would do with it.
Yeah, that could work out. Yeah, I don't know. There's not that many directors out there today that I'm just really all that hot on, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I mean Chad Stahelski would be an interesting choice.
I've even said that, and I know this pains me to say this, if you gave Zack Snyder the best script in the world, he might be able to turn in a really good TMNT movie.
Yeah.
Just because of his visual flair. But I would be afraid it would turn out like the Michael Bay movie. The Michael Bay produced films, I should say.
Yeah. There you go.
Too dark.
Have him do the live
grounded.
Action.
Yeah, no, Chad Stahelski is probably one of the best choices right now. If as soon as he's done with Highlander, Paramount can pick him up for TMNT, that would be a hell of a catch. But he's busy with Highlander and the rest of the John Wick series of whatever comes out of that. So
yeah,
I have a feeling he'll be too busy. So it'll probably be somebody we don't know, or somebody probably from the Marvel regime or something like that. I don't think there's been any talk yet as far as a director yet, just writers and stuff, I think, and producers. Flying Blind says, okay, here's the big question. Where is the Star Wars Holiday Special? Well, to give the list a break, I believe it was all just movies, right? Because they didn't even have like the Charlie Brown special and all that kind of stuff. So.
And the Holiday Special is not a Christmas movie. It's closer to Thanksgiving, actually.
It kind of is.
It's not a Christmas thing. Yeah, it's its own weird
where you're coming from.
Life Day holiday.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have any Christmas in it.
And then we got this one before from 6, but thanks again. And then Connor Dorian says, did you hear about Netflix all cash bid on Warner Brothers Discovery? Yeah, we saved this because I think we're going to talk about it tomorrow morning. But if R2, you want to comment on this at all?
I had not heard on that one. Last one I had heard were some updates on Paramount's bid, but I hadn't heard anything.
Yeah, and the other thing with
Netflix throwing an all cash one out there, no.
Supposedly Trump has said that that it wouldn't go through regulatory thing, but again, I'm sure Netflix is just going to go through the motions, and then if they do win the bid and they don't go through, they'll just turn around and sue the government, probably. That's probably what'll happen.
Who knows?
Well, the problem is the precedent was already set with Fox. And that's the other side of this too, is like I've been saying for a while, is they are not going to sell for anything less than what Fox went for, plus some. Because Fox is a much smaller entity than Warner Brothers by far.
Mm-hmm.
Like people don't realize how big Warner Brothers is.
It's enormous. It's huge.
Music and all these other outlets. Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yeah. Lots of different media, and then a truly massive back catalog of content. So
not to mention the IPs, right? Like that's the thing that people forgot about Fox, and I remind them that's the only reason the only movies we've gotten out of Fox in the last 5 years since Disney's bought them have been Alien and Predator, because that's all they own.
Yep.
They didn't own the X-Men. They were licensing that, right? Like a lot of the stuff they were releasing in the last 10, 15 years, that they're so desperate for IP out of Fox that they're trying to do something with Independence Day and mix that in with Alien and Predator. I shit you not.
No, yeah, it's gonna be.
That's how desperate they are to pick something clean off that. That Fox deal was a bad deal for Disney. Bad deal.
Yeah, they way overpaid for that.
But now that precedent's been set, I know Zaslav is not going to let Warner Brothers go for less than probably $75 to $80 billion. And even that's lowballing it. Because all the hints I'm getting from Zaslav is that he's not going to sell. Not unless some major offer comes in that he can't refuse. Because at this point, all it's doing is making the stock go up where it should be in the first place. And they're going to spin off a bunch of shit in the company anyway. And it keeps sounding like that's what they're going to end up doing. They're going to entertain these offers. But unless something comes in the range that they're going to be willing to take, I don't see it happening anytime soon. But stranger things have happened. Then we got Boar Legion with a $10 super chat. I said, nice icon you got there. It says the city of Chickasha, Oklahoma, has a giant leg lamp display on one of its streets for Christmas. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's Chickasha. Chickasha. My wife grew up there. We've actually been to. We've seen the leg lamp. It's up 365 24/7. So yeah, you can see it any time of the year. Despite the fact that they have been sued by Warner Brothers, I think at least twice, being told that they have to take it down. But so far, nothing has actually moved forward with that. So.
Interesting. I did not know that. Soul Nightmare says also. Claus, Bang, Matt Smith, and Sam Rockwell are on the short list for Brainiac. Bang and Smith are great, but Rockwell is too short for David and Nick. Yeah, I don't know if I want to see
David and Nick. Oh, David Cornsweat.
Yeah. And I don't know if Rockwell would fit as Brainiac. Like, unfortunately, like the one man who I would love to have seen play Brainiac is no longer with us.
Who's that?
David Bowie.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't you think he could have pulled it off?
I think Bowie can do anything.
Exactly.
Well, he could.
Otherwise, Willem Dafoe 20 years ago.
I see what you're going for. I see what you're looking for.
Otherwise, I honestly wouldn't have a problem with Brainiac being played by a woman because Brainiac is kind of asexual anyway. So Tilda Swinton wouldn't make a bad Brainiac.
Yeah.
Or, better yet, just get Nosferatu herself. Cynthia Erivo. There you go.
Yeah, Erivo.
Oh, my God. I was like, wait a minute. With Nosferatu. Like, wait
it would almost work. With those fucking nails in the hands. If she just, like, could you imagine her coming out with, like, and the tentacles coming out of her hands? Like Brainiac.
And the thing is,
minimal makeup.
Yeah.
She's not going to do anything that will make her look bad.
No, I'm just joking. But that would be one of the few times I'd be like, you know what?
That's a good one, man.
Bite your tongue, sir.
Yeah.
As long as she's not playing Storm.
Christopher Walken would have been great 30 years ago too as Brainiac, and he was supposed to play him in the Superman Lives film.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he would have been great.
Yeah,
Superman, you gotta die. I don't kill you now. I'm gonna destroy a whole planet. Yeah. Anyway, and then Mark's also sent in a 55-month member milestone. Thank you for that, Marks. And yeah, I got to remind Andre, we definitely got to do something soon for you guys. It's been too long. Eddie Izzard wouldn't be bad. Years ago though, he's too fat now.
Yeah,
he looks like Jabba the Hutt now.
Yeah, now he looks too big. But like, if you would have got a really, really young Eddie Izzard, he would have been great. Probably.
Good actor, man.
Yeah. Nothing to do with the sexuality aspect, just to do with the fact that he's too plump now. Like that's just it. It's like, yeah. Even on the David Bowie side of things, like a younger Mick Jagger wouldn't have been a bad Brainiac either. Possibly. Not nearly as good of an actor, though.
Right, I was going to say, man, when he starts talking, he's just not
but he has that look. There's Sting. Young Sting would have been good, too. Like
Sting tried to act for a minute, man. He wasn't.
But if he does basically what he did in Dune, it probably would have worked.
I will kill you.
Yeah. He's got the look, but yeah, you're not wrong. Not the chops. Like Bowie would have probably been spot the fuck on. And I know most people be like, huh? But then you think about it for a little bit and you're like, you know what? You're probably right. He's got that alien-esque-ness about him that I think it would have worked. And he wouldn't have had to wear the contact or anything. You just, you have 2 different colored eyes. Fucking let it slide.
Right.
But anyway, Kiefer, no. Talk about too small. Holy shit. Kiefer's like, what, 5 foot nothing?
Yeah.
And he was in a movie with Nick. Nick towered over his ass.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he's in Juror Number 2. Haven't you seen that yet?
Yeah.
He was the lawyer in that, remember?
Oh, that's right.
The guy that was his AA friend, yeah.
They had a couple of scenes where they're like meeting up.
And he's like half his height almost.
Well, Nick's tall.
He is, yeah. But I mean, it's like, I was like sitting here watching this going, oh man, I can't believe Kiefer didn't at least complain to Eastwood and get an apple box to stand on because this is bad.
And the Jacob Elordi guy, he's a fucking 6'5".
No, but if you guys haven't seen Juror Number 2, I've actually watched that movie like 3 or 4 times now.
I've seen it twice.
It's a good flick. I mean, it is basically a retelling of 12 Angry Men, but with a twist. Have you seen it yet, R2?
No, I haven't gotten to see that one yet.
You know the movie I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, I do.
The Clint Eastwood one, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely something I would like to see. Just haven't had the time.
I mean, is it like Oscar-worthy best Clint Eastwood movie ever? No, but it's actually a movie that comes out. I was like, you know what? It's refreshing that it's not a superhero movie. It's not, the typical shit Hollywood's coming out with. It's a movie that actually kind of makes you think a little bit, and it's got a nice little hook to it. So, yeah, it's on HBO Max, I think, is where it's at. So, yeah. All right, boys and girls, I think we got everything caught up here. I want to thank Paulie and R2 for hopping in here at the end, and of course, Nick and Red Shirt for being in here earlier. I want to thank you guys out there for watching, and thanks for showing up to our time change. We'll see how this experiment works.
We got time change?
Yeah, I moved it to 7 o'clock Central. Oh, and then we got Soul Nightmare says Corn Sweat is 6'4", Holt is 6'3", Rockwell is 5'8". Yeah, I totally see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And I just don't think he's the right.
What about Elordi then? Elordi as Brainiac. He's taller than both those guys. And he's got that huge head.
I'm not sure who you're talking about. You have to remind me again.
Jacob Elordi, the guy who's playing the monster in Frankenstein.
Oh, that guy. Okay. Yeah, he could probably work.
Presley, he played, and then he's going to be in Wuthering Heights as the co-lead with Margot Robbie.
That'll end up being, that would probably be somebody like Gunn would probably look at. And then Mecha Jason's Mark Strong could make a solid Brainiac.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we got Mr. Burger in the house. How you doing, Mr. Burger? Sends in $10. Mr. Burger, of course, did our animated intro for the morning show. This is Hail Tom Connors, 2023 Trivia Champion. That's right. In trivia battle between the WDW Pro Crew and the Burger Bunch, whose side are you on? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can take sides on this one. Yeah, I don't know, Burger. That's a heck of a challenge. So there you go. He's throwing down the gauntlet for WDW Pro Crew against the Burger Crew.
If it's going against those guys, count me in, man.
All right.
I know my trivia.
There you go, guys. So check that out. And thank you, Mr. Burger. Good to see you. And with that, we're going to get on out of here and send you over to Nick and those guys. We're talking Deadpool, and I might pop in there myself. Paulie, you got anything coming up at all?
Not tonight. I mean, there's...
Check out your reaction, though, right?
Yeah. That's doing really well on the channel, the Avatar Out of the Theater reaction.
All right, so check that out on Paulie's Latino Slant channel. And Professor R2, what you got going on? You're going to be on the Night Owl show later?
Yeah, the usual. Hanging out with Price of Reason over on his live channel, Night Owl, 11:45 Eastern. Yeah.
All right. And we're going to get on out of here. Take care of yourselves and each other, and see ya.
Bye.
Cute kitty.